Śrīmad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai. Nityala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Śrīmad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Śrīmad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityala Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashtatarashata Śrīmad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nityala Pravishta Mahā-Bhagavat Śrīla Gorakṣaras Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Nityala Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura Ki Jai. Nityala Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Nugariya Guru Varga Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopala Bhattadas Raghunath Shad Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda Ki Jai. Namachay Śrīla Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Kshetra Mandal Gora Mandal Vrajamandal Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Ki Jai. Shri Amuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Ki Jai. Śrīla Shukadev Gosvāmī Ki Jai. Shri Parikshit Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Sutta Gosvāmī Ki Jai. All the sages of Naimisharanya Ki Jai. Shri Krishna Dvaipayan Veda Vyasdev Ki Jai. Shri Vrishabhanu Nandini Srimati Radha Ṭhākurani Ki Jai. Shri Vijendra Nandan Sham Sundar Shri Krishna Chandra Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Gana Ki Jai. Swaparshad Shri Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Oh, Srila Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura Ki Jai. Sārārtha-darśinī Vritti Ki Jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Oh, Hari Bo Rukmini Didi. And Pradyumna Prabhu, Mantramurti Mataji, Ganga Mataji. Yes, I'm glad you made it today too, Pradyumna Prabhu. Okay, so let's do the Mangalacharya in 1 second. Forgot to open it up. Yeah, and today's going to be a very short reading because I want to finish Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam tomorrow on Śayan Ekādaśī. And so this is already a very short chapter, and I want to finish on, Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Goswami Maharaj's appearance date and Śayan Ekādaśī. So we'll probably finish, I don't know, we'll see. Oh, but one thing I was thinking of doing, I'm going to shut up. Let's just do the Mangalacharana, and then I'll tell you. Om Jnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Śrīmad Bhakti Vedanta Narayanitti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminitti Namine. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namo mahavadanyaya Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna chaitanya namne gauratvishe namaha. Gurave gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namaha. Yang pravrajantamanupetamapeta-krityang dvaipayano virahakatara ajuhava putreti tanmayataya taravo bhinedus tang sarvabhuta hridayang munimanatosmi Narayanam namaskritya narang chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet Shrinvatang svakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtana Ridantasto yabhadrani vidhunoti suhritsatam Nashta prayeshvabhadreshu nityang bhagavata sevaya Bhagavatuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki Tavaivasmi na jivami tvaya vina iti vigyaya radhe tvam nayamang charanantikam Bhaktya vihina aparada lakshai kshiptashtakama ditarangamadhe kripa maitvam sharanam prapanna vrinde namaste charanaravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribo, I don't. How do you say your name? Romila Lalla. I don't know how you say your name, but Hare Krishna, and Raseshwari Mataji Haribo. Oh, and also Indira Mataji is watching. Hare Krishna, Indira Mataji. She's. Alright, so yeah, I was thinking today. Since if you just came now, I mentioned before that we're beginning the last chapter, and the last chapter is actually very short. It's only like 3,000 words, but I'm only going to read half of it because I would like to conclude our 3 years of reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam almost every day. I want to conclude this like most exciting day on tomorrow on Śayan Ekādaśī. And also it will be the appearance day of Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja. I think that would be a really auspicious way to end the reading. And maybe tomorrow we can just begin the reading to start of Chaitanya Bhagavat. Just to get Śrīla Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Gosvāmī Mahārāja's blessings and begin Chaitanya Bhagavat on that day. Hare Krishna, Gargrajji, Dandavat Pranam. So, but since our reading is going to be so short today, I thought maybe we could read through the table of contents of the table of contents of all the cantos of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. I have a PDF with the title name in Srila Prabhupada's BBT Bhagavad Gita and also Srila Viśvanātha Cakravartī Thakur's the Bhagavad Gita. They have 2 different translations, so we can read through that and then just get kind of a brief overview of the entire Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Alright, so let's begin. Where is it? Oh, I didn't open it up yet. Sorry, guys. I wonder where Madhavi Didi is. I haven't seen her for a while now. And also Satya Mataji. Actually, Satya, yeah. Okay. So, beginning the last chapter of all the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatams, chapter 13. The final Enumeration of the Pūrāṇas. What's the meter for this? Vedai Sangha. Okay, I'm going to try this. Sutta Uvacha Yang Brahma Varunendra Rudamaruta Stunvanti Devyai Stavai Vedai Sangha no, what is it? Vedai Sangapadav Kramopanishidayar Gayanti Yang Samaga Dhyanavastitatargatena manasa Pashyanti tam yogino Yasyantam navidu surasura Devaya tasmai namah. Sutta Gosvāmī said, unto that personality whom Brahma, Varuna, Indra, Rudra, and the Maruts praise by chanting transcendental hymns of the Vedas with all their corollaries, their padakramas and Upanishads, whom the chanters of the Sama Veda glorify, whom the perfected yogis see within their minds after fixing themselves in meditation, and whom neither the devatas or demons can fathom. Unto that Supreme Lord I offer my respects. Rukmini Didi, what's a padakrama? Or maybe we'll find out in the Sārārtha-darśinī. Okay, Sārārtha-darśinī commentary by Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura. The 13th chapter offers respects and prayers of auspiciousness concerning the Lord. It enumerates the Pūrāṇas and glorifies gifting them. In the final chapter, again, respects are offered to the Lord. Stunvanti should be stuvanti. Upanishadai should be upanishadbhi. By reciting this Purana, I have to some degree praised, meditated on, and chanted about the Supreme Lord, but have not completely understood everything. I have not completely understood everything. Because the Lord's unfathomable. Right? Is that, am I understanding correctly? That's what's... Just 1 second, just... Okay. Prishte Brahmyarananda Mandaragiri Gravagra Kundu Yanan Nedralo Kamatha Kriter Bhagavata Shvasa Nila Pantuva Yat Samskara Kalanuvartana Vashar Vela Nibhenam Bhasam Yatayattamatandritang Jalanidher Nadyapi Vishramyati. When the Supreme Lord appeared as Kurma, a tortoise, he became sleepy when his back was scratched by the edges of the stones on heavy, rotating Mount Mandara. Nice back rub. May you all be protected by the winds caused by the Lord's breathing at that time. Even up to the present day, the ocean motions follow the Lord's inhalation and exhalation by coming in and going out, which appear to be the tides. Wow, that's such a nice meditation. Anytime you're at the ocean, just think of Kurma getting his back scratched, falling asleep, and breathing in and out, and the waves coming in and going out are all coming from his inhalation and exhalation. Sārārtha-darśinī. Actually, the Lord in the form of Kurma churns the milk ocean. Devatas were cause in name only. Similarly, the churning of the ocean of the Vedas to produce the Bhagavatam was done by the Lord alone. Vyasadeva only repeated it. That is expressed in this verse. By the scratching caused by the edges of stone of the very heavy Mandara mountain being rotated, Kurma became sleepy. May the breathing of that sleepy Lord protect you. The Lord, taking the nectar obtained from the churning in the form of Mohini, cheated the demons and gave it to the Devatas, his devotees. Similarly, the Lord has churned the Vedas and produced the Bhagavatam containing the nectar of Bhakti. Cheating the demons, may he give the nectar to you. This is the form of a benediction to the devotees. Because of following a few moments of the traces of the breathing of Kurma, the oceans continually ebb and flow. But the oceans move because of the tides, not because of the Lord's breathing, someone might say. The tides are only a pretext. Actually, it is the Lord doing this. Okay, and so padakrama means a series of steps, pacing, walking, a particular method of reciting. So it's a particular method of reciting or writing the Veda. A series of quarters of verses. Okay, so it's that. It's a series of quarters of verses. Cool. Thanks. Purāṇa Sankhya Sambhutim Asya Vacha Prayojane Dhanam Dhanasya Mahatmyam Patadescha Nibodhata. Now, please hear a summation of the length of each Purana according to the number of verses, and also hear the subject and purpose of this Bhagavat Puran, the proper method of giving it as a gift. Ooh, neat. The glories of giving it. And finally, the glories of hearing and chanting it. I think we're going to have to do some Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam donation somewhere to some person. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. Okay. Sārārtha-darśinī. Just as the various rulers who come before the Emperor of the world to praise him should be counted, so the various Mahapuranas should be counted in the presence of the Emperor among Mahapuranas. Nice. Sambhutim means manifestation. Please hear the manifested number of Puranas and also Bhagavatam's subject and purpose. Brahmang dasha sahasrani parmang panchona shashticha Shri Vaishnavam Trayo Vinshach Chatur Vinshati Shaivakam Dashashto Shri Bhagavatam Naradam Pancha Vinshati Markandam Navavahanam Markandam Navavahanam Cha Dasha Pancha Chatushatam Chaturdasha Bhavishyam Syat Tatha Pancha Shatani Cha Dashashto Brahmavaivartam Lingam Ekādashāivatu Chaturvingshati Varaham Ekashiti Sahasrakam Skandang Shatam Tata Chaikam Vamanam Dashakirtitam Kormam Sapta Dashakyatam Matsyam Tattu Chaturdasha Ekona Vingshatso Parnam Brahmandam Dvadashaivatu Evam Purana Shandohash Chaturlaksha Udahrita Tatrashta Dasha Sahasram Shri Bhāgavatam Ishyate. Okay. The Brahma Puran consists of 10,000 verses. The Padma Puran of 55,000. Vishnu Pūrāṇa of 23,000, the Shiva Pūrāṇa of 24,000, and the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam of 18,000. Wow, Padma Pūrāṇa is long, 55,000. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is 18,000, Padma Pūrāṇa is 55,000. The Narad Pūrāṇa has 25,000 verses. The Markandeya Pūrāṇa, 9,000. The Agni Pūrāṇa, 15,400. The Bhavishya Pūrāṇa, 14,500. The Brahma Vaivarta Pūrāṇa, 18,000, and the Linga Pūrāṇa, 11,000. The Varaha Pūrāṇa contains 24,000 verses. The Skanda Pūrāṇa, 81,000. Whoa! 80,100 verses. The Vamana Pūrāṇa, 10,000. The Kurma Pūrāṇa, 17,000. The Matsya Pūrāṇa, 14,000. The Garuda Pūrāṇa, 19,000. And the Brahmanda Pūrāṇa, 12,000. Thus, the total number of verses in all the Puranas is 400,000. 18,000 of these belong to the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. In Puri, I went to meet the king of Orissa in Bhubaneswar, and his main thing is to promote the Skanda Pūrāṇa, and he travels around and tries to get people to read it, and yeah, it's just interesting. It's 18,000 verses. No, sorry, 80,000, right? Yeah, 81,100. Okay, Sārārtha-darśinī. Trayo Vingshat means 23. Shaivakam means Shiva Pūrāṇa. Vahnam means Agni Pūrāṇa. It has 15,400 verses. Skanda Pūrāṇa has 81,000 verses. Just as Krishna is included in the listing of avatars, since he appears in this world as an avatar, and yet is distinguished by the words Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, so in the same way, Bhagavatam is included in the list of Puranas, since it is also a Purana, but it is again mentioned at the end as having 18,000 verses to indicate its role as the emperor among the Puranas. Just as the Swayam indicates the supreme position of Krishna in the first canto verse, the word Shri with Bhagavatam indicates that it is the most complete among all Puranas. One second, just checking the comments. The Bhadra Purnima verse is here. Oh, wait, Bhadra Purnima, is that the day when you're supposed to donate Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, is it? Okay. Idam Bhagavata Purvam Brahmanena Bhipankaje Sthitaya Bhavabhitaya Karunyat Sampradakshitam. Samprakakshitam. The Supreme Lord first revealed the Bhagavatam to Lord Brahma. At the time, Brahma, frightened by material existence, was sitting on the lotus flower that had grown from the Lord's navel. Adimadhyavasaneshu vairagyakhana sangyutam Hari Lila Kathavrata Mritta Nandita Sat Suram Sarva Vedanta Saram Yar Brahmatmaikatva Lakshanam Vastvadvitiyam Tannishtam Kaivalyaika Prayojanam. From beginning to end, the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is full of the Lord's pastimes, which he gave bliss to devotees endowed with a sense of renunciation. This Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedanta philosophy, because its subject matter is one Brahman, a substance with no duality. The main goal of the work is merging. Sārārtha-darśinī. This verse speaks of the subject matter and goal. The host, the vrata of topics concerning the pastimes of the Lord, is sweet. The devotees who are called devatas become blissful because of these topics. The subject of these topics is bhakti, and bhakti is sweet nectar. The goal is prem, because by prem one can taste the sweetness of bhakti ras. Piyaya prema matta korimore. Oh, please give me prem by which I can... No, please make me drink prem, which will make me become intoxicated. The goal is prem, because by prem one can taste the sweetness of bhakti ras. The phrase, it gives bliss to the devotees, means that the devotees experience prem. By the use of the words nectar and devatas, the Bhagavatam giving nectar to the devotees is indicated. By this, the scripture's nature as Mohini is indicated, since she is famous for giving nectar to the devatas and cheating the demons. With a movement of her brow to the devotees who know her identity, unseen by others, she indicates with her brows, appearing in this way, I must be favorable to you. Cheating the demons, I will give you the nectar. By moving her eyebrows at the demons who do not know her identity, she says clearly, by my appearance, you should gain victory. Giving you nectar is a secondary affair. The main thing is that I will constantly give you astonishing bliss while you remain householders. I will serve a little nectar first to the lowly devatas. Similarly, the Bhagavatam, in half a verse, speaking of giving the devotees the nectar of the Lord's pastimes, indicates the goal of the Bhagavatam. But the Lord has also said, Paroksha vada rishaya paroksham mama cha priyam. The Vedic seers and mantras deal in esoteric terms, and I am also pleased by such confidential descriptions. That's in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 11:21-35. Yeah, the Lord likes to be described in a hidden way, right? In a more concealed way. Thus, having said what is unnoticed by most people, he speaks another subject and goal for the person who does not know the Lord, but thinks he knows the scriptures. It is the essence of all Vedantas, which is oneness with Brahman, an object with no duality. The work has Brahman as its subject, and merging in Brahman as its main goal. Some people explain the verse as follows. Because the scripture speaks of both bhakti and jnana, after speaking of the subject and goal of bhakti in prem, the work then speaks of jnana and merging as a subject and goal. Brahman is a subject. This work has as its goal merging as its one goal. Kaivalyam. Others explain as follows. At the beginning of this work, it is understood from the second verse that bhakti is the subject with the words dharma projita kaitavatra, and from the same verse with the words sadhyo hridyavaruttate atra kritibhi, it is understood that prem is the goal. Bhakti is the subject and prem is the goal. Thus, by the predominance of bhakti over jnana and liberation, its goal, in the whole work, bhakti is indicated as the main subject and prem as the goal. And this is just people who think that Bhagavatam, that it is saying that Bhagavata, that jnana is the subject and kaivalyam, merging with the one Brahman is the goal. Those people are just like the demons deceived by Mohini Murti. It is also necessary to give an esoteric meaning to the verse, so it becomes suitable for the devotees, in the manner of Mohini's appearance to both parties. The meaning tannishtam is as follows. This work remains stam, it remains having given up nisritya, I'm not going to read the Sanskrit. Let's cut it. This work remains having given up Brahman and merging. The work has as its goal only the mood of exclusive devotion, devoid of jnana, karma, and svarga. Okay, I now see what Rukmini was referring to. I see the word bhadra here. Okay, let's see. Proshtapadyam purnamasyam hemasingha samanvitam tadhati yo bhagavatam sayati paramam gatim. If, on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, one places Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme destination. Okay, interesting. When is Bhadra? What month is Bhadra in? Proshtapadyam means related to Bhadra month. In that month, Shukadev completed the Bhagavatam. One should see the Uttarakhanda of the Padma Purāṇa. The king of all scriptures, the sun among the Pūrāṇas, should be seated on a throne and treated royally. The king of all planets, the sun, enters into Singha and Leo zodiac sign during the Bhadra month. Thus it is like a king seated on his throne, seated on his Singhasan. This is the metaphor. All right, so that's all we're going to read for today. We'll finish the last half of this chapter tomorrow. We'll then complete our reading of the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Also, if anybody has any ideas of what we could do tomorrow, let me know. I'm open to any suggestions. Like, I was thinking maybe we could do an arati to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. I'll have to ask Chandrasekhar if I can get his Bhagavatam set out and if we could do arati to it. Or if I'm in Navadvip, I have my own set of Bhagavatam. And, okay, let's see. Oh, Bhadra Purnima is in Chaturmasya? Okay. Let me find the... Wait. What is... Okay. So, Bhadra starts in August, is it? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it looks like Bhadra starts in August, so during Chaturmasya. Cool. All right, so now, with the rest of our time, I thought we can look through... So maybe we should... I'm just thinking about donating the Bhagavatam to someone somewhere. Like, help me with this. If you have any ideas of a worthy place to donate the Bhagavatam, maybe some temple somewhere, or some person who really wants it but can't afford Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Yeah, and then maybe we could all chip in something together and send it to the temple or person. I have no idea, I have no ideas of who would be a good recipient or what temple would be a good place to send. I'm fully open. Maybe what we could do is, I don't know, tell me if you think this is a good idea. Maybe we can plan that all out and we can all chip in a little something. And then on that day of Bhadra, we can all together, all of us, we can send it somewhere. What do you think of that? Rukmini Didi said, I have already donated the Bhagavatam to all of YouTube land, or will have tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I wonder if this is the first time that Bhagavatam's ever been spoken on YouTube from beginning to end. Maybe not. Maybe somebody else has done this, but that would be interesting. And it's not just me, though. It's all of you also, because I would definitely have not done this on my own. I'm not very disciplined, actually. So I needed all your support, and yeah. All right, so we're gonna go through Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam cantos 1 to 12. How long is this gonna take? Let's see. Anyways, I think we can finish this in time. Okay. And if anybody needs to leave, feel totally free. You don't need to feel pressured to stay for this. This is something I wish I did at the beginning of our Bhagavatam reading, is like, anyways, I wanna do this with the Chaitanya Bhagavat reading, is get really clear on the titles of all the topics of each chapter, the titles of each chapter, and like keep on going over it again and again and again, so that, by the time we finish the Adi Kanda of Chaitanya Bhagavatam, everybody in our group will be able to just, without thinking, be able to say all the sequence of all the pastimes that happened, and even the chapter names, or chapter topics. I mean, yeah, I think that would be really cool. I want to do a bunch of things different actually with this Chaitanya Bhagavat reading, to make it so that we actually all get more out of it and we have more to share. Because for me, like with this Bhagavatam reading, it's been so nice and juicy and like such an amazing way to start my day every day. But I'm actually not very, like, I can't say much on Bhagavatam. Like I don't even know like each canto what exactly happened in it, because I have such a bad memory. Anyhow, so let's go through the chapter titles. On the left side is the chapter titles in Srila Prabhupada's Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, and on the right side is the titles in Srila Viśvanātha Chakravartī Ṭhākura's version. So, Canto 1, first canto, Creation. Chapter 1, Questions by the Sages. The questions of the sages at Naimisharanyas. Second chapter, Divinity and Divine Service. Stages of Bhakti. Third chapter, Krishna is the source of all incarnations. List of avatars. 4. The appearance of Sri Narad. The appearance of Narad to Vyas. 5. Narad's instructions on Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam for Vyasdev. Conversation between Vyas and Narad. 6. Conversation between Narad and Vyasadev. Narad achieves perfection. 7. The son of Drona punished. Punishment of Ashvatthama. 8. Let me make this big actually. Prayers by Queen Kunti and Parikshit saved. Kunti's prayers and Yudhishthira's grief. 9. The passing away of Bhishma Dev in the presence of Lord Krishna. Yudhishthira ascends the throne. This is interesting, huh? 10. Departure of Lord Krishna for Dwarka. Krishna leaves for Hastinapur. 11. Lord Krishna's entrance into Dwarka. Krishna arrives in Dwarka. 12. Birth of Emperor Parikshit. Birth of Parikshit. 13. Dhritarashtra quits home. Narad explains the disappearance of Dhritarashtra. 14. The disappearance of Lord Krishna. Yudhishthira's doubts on seeing omens. 15. The Pandavas retire timely. The Pandavas ascend to the spiritual world. 16. How Parikshit received the age of Kali. Dharma and earth talk in the presence of Parikshit. 17. Punishment and reward of Kali. Punishment of Kali. Didn't mention the reward. 18. Mahārāja Parikshit cursed by a Brahman boy. The Brahman's curse. 19. The appearance of Shukadev Gosvāmī. Arrival of Shukadev. Okay, so those are all the chapters of the first canto. Now we start the second canto. Canto 2, the Cosmic Manifestation. 1. The first step in God realization. Description of the universal form. The Lord in the heart. Meditating on the Purusha in the heart. 3. Pure devotional service. The change in heart. Worship of the Devatas. Interesting, that's very different. 4. The process of creation. Shukadev glorifies the Lord. So interesting to see where Srila Prabhupada gave the emphasis and where Srila Viśvanātha Chakravartī Ṭhākura gave the emphasis. 5. The cause of all causes. Primary creation, the Sarga. 6. Purusha Sukta confirmed. Second description of the universal form, Vibhutis of the Lord. 7. Scheduled incarnations with specific functions. Conversation between Brahma and Narad. 8. Questions by King Parikshit. Parikshit's questions. 9. Answers by citing the Lord's version. Manifestation of the Bhāgavatam. Bhāgavatam is the answer to all questions. Characteristics of a Purāṇa and third description of the universal form. Okay, so that was Canto 2. Let me just see if anybody has any comments. Okay. Third canto, the status quo. 1 second, I just want to sit up. Third canto, the status quo. Wow, this is long. Do you like this? Like, should I continue? Let me know. If this is like boring or anything, then we could just do kirtan instead. I'll check the comments. Okay. Chapter 1, questions by Vidura. Chapter 2, remembrance of Lord Krishna. Uddhava remembers Krishna. 3. The Lord's pastimes out of Vrindavan. Uddhava remembers Krishna in Mathura and Dwarka. Okay, so that's one section. Now, 4. Vidura approaches Maitreya. Departure of Uddhava. Vidura's talks with Maitreya. Maitreya describes creation. Creation of the universal form. Fourth description of the universal form. Further inquiries by Vidura. Vidura's questions. Manifestation of... Sorry, I forgot to say the chapter name. Chapter 8. Manifestation of Brahma from Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Brahma sees the Lord. Brahma's prayers, 9. Brahma's prayers for creative energy. Brahma's prayers. 10. Divisions of the creation. 10 types of creation. 11. Calculation of time from the atom. Description of time. 12. Creation of the Kumaras and others. Brahma's creations. 13. The appearance of Lord Varaha. Okay, so now this is the next group. The appearance of Lord Varaha. Pastimes of Varaha. 14. The pregnancy of Diti in the evening. Impregnation of Diti. 15. Description of the kingdom of God. The Kumaras curse the doorkeepers. 16. The two doorkeepers, Jai and Vijay, cursed by the sages. Conversation of the Lord with the Kumaras. 17. Victory of Hiranyaksha over all the directions of the universe. Birth of two demons. 18. The battle between Lord Bor and the demon Hiranyaksha. Battle of Varaha with Hiranyaksha. 19. The killing of the demon Hiranyaksha. Varaha kills Hiranyaksha. Then there's chapter 20, conversation between Maitreya and Vidura. The second description of Brahma's creation. It's the Visarga, right? Now this whole group. 21. Conversation between Manu and Kardama. Kardama meets Swayambhuva Manu. 22. The marriage of Kardama Muni and Devahuti. Kardama marries Devahuti. Okay, so this whole section of Devahuti and Kapila. 23. Devahuti's lamentation. Request of Devahuti. 24. The renunciation of Kardama Muni. Birth of Kapila. 25. The glories of devotional service. Kapila teaches Bhakti. 26. Fundamental principles of material nature. Creation of elements. Fifth description of the universal form. 27. Understanding material nature. Kapila describes liberation. 28. Kapila's instructions on the execution of devotional service. Kapila describes Ashtanga Yoga. I love how Srila Prabhupada always makes everything related to bhakti. Right? Like in the Bhagavad Gita, when it's talking about Nishkam Karma Yoga, Srila Prabhupada will just call it like devotional service, because he wanted to put everybody's focus on the most important thing and to simplify and make everything relevant to us devotees or us aspiring devotees. So he just makes everything devotional service. 29. Explanation of devotional service by Lord Kapila. Kapila describes types of bhakti. 30. Description by Lord Kapila of adverse fruitive activities. Kapila describes a person in ignorance. 31. Lord Kapila's instructions on the movements of the living entities entering the human body. 32. Entanglement in fruitive activities. The path of karma. 33. Activities of Kapila. Departure of Kapila. Okay, so that was a summary of, that was the third canto. I think it's really helpful how it has all the chapters grouped in this way so that we can, yeah. Man, I wish we were studying this throughout our readings. Anyhow, I'd have such a better grasp of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam if we would have done that. Okay. Oh, let me check the comments. Let me see if everybody wants me to do this. Okay, nobody mentioned anything, so I'll just continue on. Oh, Pradyumna's asking, can I send you my reading of Canto 1, Part 1? It will be on my YouTube channel in the early videos somewhere. Okay, where were we? Okay, fourth canto, creation of the fourth order. This is a short chapter, only 13 chapters. Okay. Chapter 1, genealogical table of the daughters of Manu, descendants of Manu's daughters. 2, Daksha curses Lord Shiva. Daksha insults Shiva. Okay, so this whole Shiva and Sati and Daksha, that's this whole blue section. 3, talks between Lord Shiva and Sati. Shiva warns Sati. 4, Sati quits her body. Sati gives up her body. 5, frustration of the sacrifice of Daksha. Death of Daksha. 6, Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. Devatas approach Shiva. 7, the sacrifice performed by Daksha. Restoration of the sacrifice. 8. Okay, so now we come to the story of Dhruva. 8. Dhruva Mahārāja leaves home for the forest. Dhruva goes to the forest. 9. Dhruva Mahārāja returns home. Dhruva meets the Lord. 10. Dhruva Mahārāja's fight with the Yakshas. Dhruva battles the Yakshas. 11. Swayambhuva Manu advises Dhruva Mahārāja to stop fighting. Swayambhuva instructs Dhruva. 12. Dhruva Mahārāja goes back to Godhead. Dhruva attains the pole star. See what I mean? Okay. 13. Description of the descendants of Dhruva Mahārāja. Birth of King Vain. Okay, now chapter 14, the story of King Vain. The sages curse King Vain. 15. Now we come to Prithu Mahārāja, the section on Prithu Mahārāja. Oh, never mind. The 4th canto is long. I don't know why I thought it was 14 verses. 14 chapters. Oh, it's getting late. I think I'm going to just finish the 4th canto here, and then I'm going to end for today. So, 4th canto, chapter 15. King Prithu's appearance and coronation. Appearance of Prithu. Praise of King Prithu by the professional reciters. Glorification of Prithu. Mahārāja Prithu becomes angry at the earth. Prithu chastises the earth. Prithu Mahārāja milks the earth planet. Milking the earth. 19. King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifices. Indra disturbs Prithu's sacrifice. 20. Lord Vishnu's appearance in the sacrificial arena of Mahārāja Prithu. Lord instructs Prithu. 21. Instructions by Mahārāja Prithu. Prithu instructs the citizens. 22. Prithu Mahārāja's meeting with the 4 Kumaras. Sanat Kumar teaches Prithu. 23. Mahārāja Prithu's going back home. Prithu attains the Lord. And now we come to chanting 24, chanting the song sung by Lord Shiva. Is that the Rudra Geet? Yes. Shiva instructs the Prachetas. And then chapter 25, the descriptions of the characteristics of King Pūrāṇas. Pūrāṇas meets his queen. 26. King Pūrāṇas goes to the forest to hunt, and his queen becomes angry. Okay, so now we come to the whole Pūrāṇas episode. Pūrāṇas goes hunting. 27. Attack by Chandavega on the city of King Pūrāṇas, and character of Kalakanya. Pūrāṇas enjoys life. 28. Pūrāṇas becomes a woman in the next life. Pūrāṇas leaves his body. 29. Talks between Narad and King Prachina Barhi. Meaning of the story of Pūrāṇas. Now we come to the last 2 chapters. 30. The activities of the Prachetas. The Prachetas ends their austerity. 31. Narad instructs the Prachetas. Okay, same. Okay, so that was the 4th canto. It's 8:28, so I'm going to end here. But if any of you would like to get this this summary of all the chapters, you can find it on this website. Let me just show you really quick. It is I'll just you go to bvtridandi.com, bvtridandi.com, and then you click on study guides, and then there's a Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, where is it? Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam studies, and then here it is, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam canto titles right there. So you can download it there, and next time, I would love to go through Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam again sometime, and I don't know when we would do that, but at some point in my, I don't know when, but at some point I would love to go through this again, and with more trying to study and remember things, and getting more deep into that rather than just discussing it and like that, rather than just passively reading every day. All right, everybody, so those are the first 4 cantos. You can read the rest on your own if you like, and tomorrow's the big day. I'm really excited. And as I mentioned before, if you have any ideas of how we should do this, send me your ideas, because I don't have any plan right now. I'm thinking maybe we can do Arati to Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. I don't know, what do you sing when you do Arati to Bhāgavatam? I think I remember in Mathura, Tirtha Maharaj would sing we'd just sing Jai Jai Radha Krishna Yugala Milan, I think. And I think in Orissa, the common thing to sing for the Bhagavatam Arati is Shutta Kamala, like the Mangala Gitam, Shutta Kamala Kucha Mandala. So maybe we can do that. We can do Arati of Bhagavatam and sing that, Shutta Kamala Kucha Mandala. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. All right, Rukmini Didi, thank you for sticking with for staying for the whole reading. Okay, yeah. So there is a particular Bhagavatam Arati song. I think different people do different things. So I think Shutta Kamala Kucha Mandala would be good. It's a good way it's auspicious, Mangala Gitam. It's a auspicious way to begin it and auspicious way to end. And yeah, I think that. But if anybody has anything else to say, then. All right. Hare Krishna. Sorry. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pavishram Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosvāmī Mahārāja Śrīla Gurudev Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pavishram Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosvāmī Mahārāja Ki Jai, Nitya Lila Pavishram Vishnupad Ashatara Shata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Swami Mahārāja Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitya Pavishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shatashmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai, Nitya Pavishtam Vishnupad Ashatara Shatashmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitya Pavishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gaurkishoras Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Nitya Pavishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Ṭhākura Ki Jai, Nitya Pavishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Rupa Anugoriya Guru Varga Ki Jai, Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jeev Gopal Patadash Raghunath, Sharda Gosai Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari, Shri Gaur Parishad Vrinda Ki Jai, Namachay Śrīla Haridas Ṭhākura Ki Jai, Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Kshetra Mandala, Gora Mandala, Vraja Mandala, Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Sarva Abhishta Bharata Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Radha Kund Shama Kund Ki Jai, Shri Muna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Purnamasi Yoga Maya Ki Jai, Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Srila Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura Ki Jai, Sārārtha-darśinī Vritti Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai, Samagata Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyaya Keshavashacha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Haribol Rukmini Didi. You always somehow are here whenever there's any transition or anytime there's like a special thing going on. You're always there for like all the big milestones. I always love it. Yeah, it's always nice. All right, thank you everybody for joining. And what was I gonna say? Anyways, I'm really excited to start Chaitanya Bhagavat. So I think we can read through the first 5 verses of Chaitanya Bhagavat tomorrow. End Bhagavatam and begin Chaitanya Bhagavat. I think that would be like a nice transition day. Which, right, everybody in Chaitanya Gaudiya Math, that's tomorrow is the first day of Chaturmasya, Śayan Ekādaśī, isn't it? And also Srila Bharatī's Maharaj's appearance day. And Srila Bharatī's Maharaj, Chaitanya Bhagavat was so dear to Srila Bharatī's Maharaj. He translated the entire book into Hindi. Oh wow, Bhavatarani Mataji and Hari Prabhu are there. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yesterday I spent the whole day working on making an announcement video on YouTube. I stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning. And I'm probably going to work on it all day today. I want to make it nice for inviting everybody for the Bhagavatam reading and 2 other programs that we're going to be doing during Chaturmasya. I want to do a japa session every morning and a kirtan or stotram recital session. Oh, one thing I haven't seen this yet, but yesterday I have a Gaudiya Kirtan WhatsApp group, and there's a lot of people in it. I think it's 811 people, mostly Bengali devotees. And so yesterday, with the help of Chandrasekhar, I put out a poll there. Let me find it. Let's see. I was asking if the Bengali devotees would like to join a program. And so far, 32 people said that they would like to join the program, the japa program and Ashtakam recitals. And 38 people said maybe. Only 4 people said no. Okay, so I think it's official. We're going to, in the japa program and the stotram thing, it will be for English-speaking devotees and Bengali-speaking devotees. The plan is to go through Srila Bhakti Srila Gosvāmī Mahārāja's Prapanna Jivanamrita. So we'll do 1 verse at the beginning, 1 verse at the middle, and 1 verse at the end. And in between the verses, we'll chant for 20 minutes each. And so I'll have to read the translation in English and in Bengali for those verses. Or maybe we can get Bengali in the group to read them. But yeah, that's going to be fun. I'll be a big mix of English and Bengali speaking devotees. I think that would be really cool on Zoom. Okay, you know of the Gita Arati song. Okay. Cool. All right, Dandavat Pranams everybody. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the big day. And maybe after, okay, so we can finish the Bhagavatam, do Arati, and then maybe read something, the glories of Srila Bhakti Vijñāna Bhāratī Goswāmī Mahārāja on his Vyas Puja day. I think that would be a nice program. All right. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe.